AITA for not wanting to invite a lifelong friend to my wedding. Hey everyone. I am new to Reddit and need your advice. I am sorry, it is going to be a little bit of a longer text. Since the age of 5 I, 25F, have been in a friend group consisting of N, 27F, Laura, 26F, and Judith, 27F. My mom is and was close friends with the mother of N. So we always were meeting up and even went on vacation together throughout the years. The problem was and still is that I never really felt close to N. She is somebody who needs the attention of people, needs to be the life of the party. I however was a shy little girl and still am an introverted person. I just like to not be around many people and have my quiet time. In hindsight, N always loved to be the older person of the both of us and kinda liked controlling me. Sometimes she seemed to care but afterwards it all was about her. She always got what she wanted. Whenever I shared secrets with her, like you do with a friend, it quickly was no secret anymore. She always had this overwhelming confidence. When I got together with my fiancé, she wanted us to meet for a pool party. She got naked in front of him and jumped into the pool. I think you get the idea of her. As our friend group got older, we split up to all go to different states for university. And was the only one who stayed in our hometown. I really liked to be away and finally do what I wanted to do, discover myself, find new friends. 2 years passing, and called me and told me she was getting married. It was a surprise as she had a new boyfriend every few months. She wanted Judith and me to be her maids of honor. She wanted it to be the two of us, because we were living far away and as two people we were able to plan things better. I was 21 at the time and really didn't want to be a maid of honor with all the responsibility and time I had to invest. It was only because of Judith that I said yes. I will just quickly summarize. Judith at one point wasn't a maid of honor anymore and I had to do everything by myself. I even called in one day and told her I don't want to be the maid of honor as I have to deal with university and am living far away. Honestly, we were not even good friends by then. And cried and I ended up still being the maid of honor. And told everyone at the wedding that I was her best friend. I have no idea why. Everything was shit for me, I couldn't do a good job as a maid of honor and I do not want to be friends with N anymore. We did not get into a fight or something, I just decided it silently for myself because I hate confrontation like this. As I got older I just realized how badly she treated me every time and that I didn't feel safe around her or to share private things with her. I just decided to go no contact. After university I moved to a different city. It still is far away from my hometown. And texted me one time to meet up, but I kindly turned down the offer. My mom told me, she knows from N's mother, that N is very sad, not in a good place mentally and always complains about having no friends. I think she wants us to get into contact again, but I really do not want to. I mean N does not make any moves in calling or texting me either, so why should I? Laura and I have remained best friends over the years. We call each other weekly, text and are just curious about the life of the other. We visit each other and I really just like this friendship, I'd call her my best friend. Judith and I are still friends too, we just do not text frequently or see each other often, but still I see her as my friend. Fast and forward, my fiancé, 26M, and I are getting married next year. I am so excited and get into planning now. Laura is going to be my maid of honor. The wedding party is supposed to be in my parents' garden, so in my old hometown. As I am, my fiancé is an introvert too and we just like it quiet. So our wedding ceremony is going to be very intimate and private. I just want close family, and Laura, with us that day. For the little party afterwards I want to invite a few of my school friends from my hometown. I do not want to invite N. Now here is the problem. My mom really wants me to invite N. Mainly because she is friends with Anna's mom and doesn't want the friendship to break over this. But also because N invited me to her wedding. As I did not break off the friendship with N, just decided this in silence for myself, I kind of feel weird not inviting her. She would be so sad and mad and I am a people pleaser. Ugh, it sounds stupid. If I would invite her I know this would be all about herself. Her husband is an attention seeker too. So it kinda would be about the two of them. I just don't want people like this in my life anymore. My mom would be mad and even my fiancé tells me if I want to invite my other friends for the party I should invite N too. They say either I make it an only family party or if I want to invite friends, I have to invite N too. Now I feel like I cannot invite who I want to my wedding just because of N. What should I do? AITA if I do not invite her? Edit. Is my mother aware of all of the instances of N being a bad friend and that we haven't spoken in years? Back then I told her a lot I didn't want to play with N. Nowadays she knows I don't want a friendship with her anymore. That's actually okay for her, she doesn't pressure me to still be her friend or to meet up with her or things like that. I think she would just love for me to invite her because I've known her all my life, to keep the peace and oh, what's the big deal? And is a nice girl. Yes, she is nice as a person on the level my mother got to know her. She is just not a nice person I want to call a friend anymore. I love my mom, don't get me wrong. She would be disappointed and a little mad if I wouldn't invite but she will be fine. She knows these are choices I make and lets me make them. Update. As soon as I was reciting my original post, put all my thoughts into these words, I realized how I always felt about Anne. If it would be a wedding of over 100 guests I'd probably invite her, she won't be the main character there. But as it will be small and intimate I cannot invite her. The friendship that was never a friendship is over. I will tell her if she wants to know but I do not feel like I have to contact her after we haven't been in contact for years just to tell her that it's over. After I read all your comments I called my mom. I told her that I won't invite Anne to my wedding. At first she was like, oh, what's the big deal? Just invite her. You can break it off after the wedding. Anne's mom will be so upset about it. And Anne really isn't feeling well because she feels like she doesn't have any friends. But when I told her what I put into words here she actually was understanding. She is okay with me not inviting her but told me there will be drama with Anne's mother. I think it is their friendship and it does nothing have to do with the relationship I have with Anne. Mom told me that at one point she will mention the wedding to Anne's mom and I am totally okay with it. If Anne will contact me about it, which I actually doubt, I will tell her what's going on. I am really fine with my decision and stand by it. Thank you Reddit. If there is more drama coming up, I'll update. Update 2. Hi everyone. Thank you for your patience. A wedding is a long process of planning so I hadn't anything to update you about until recently. My wedding is in July 2025. We send out the invitations in January. No invitation for Anne. I really am very thankful of all the advice you have given me. I even talked to Judith and Laura about it and showed them my Reddit post. They both were totally agreeing with me and even said that I was way too nice in my description of Anne. Yeah, things happened in the past and both of them cut contact to Anne a while ago. There was no clean cut, I guess, and didn't want contact to them either anymore. My mother tried to talk to me several times about me not inviting Anne. Anne's mom, let's call her Susan, apparently would always tell her that Anne feels so alone. I made up my mind and would repeat myself to my mom. She still doesn't understand why I would invite Laura and Judith and not poor Anne. But I feel totally okay with it. So 2 weeks ago my mom told me that she had to tell Anne's mom Susan that I am getting married. She couldn't keep it any longer from her as she is her best friend. Okay, I told her she should keep it from Susan as long as possible and I guess that was as long as possible for her. I was curious of how the next events would turn out. 1 week later I got a text from Anne. She hadn't texted me in years and suddenly was like, hi. How are you doing? We all know why she texted me and I know what she really wants to ask. Not how I am doing but why she wasn't invited to my wedding. Shocking. I replied to her that I am doing well. Then she said I would be so happy if we could meet up soon. We could even bring our men. I thought a lot about the words I would reply. In summary I texted her that we haven't been in contact for several years and we just grew apart. Things like this happen and I think it's okay the way it is. I do not want to meet up now or sometime in the future and wish her all the best. She replied very grown up. She accepts my decision. But you have to know, she always behaved like that. She was always very good in playing so innocent. Saying sorry so much, would look at you with eyes of a puppy dog and everyone would melt away and feel sorry about themselves. I left it at that and didn't reply any further. I love how there is finally an end. An absolute end and she knows it. I told my mom right after her text what happened because I counted on Susan to call my mom and yell at her. My mother was so sad. She asked me if I couldn't tell and that I didn't have time to meet up soon and not cancel the whole friendship. These are just comments from my mom I had to learn to ignore. I told her for the thousandth time that I didn't want to be friends with Anne. But I just think she doesn't really want to understand. She's not mad at me though. She accepts it but there will be more comments about it, I bet. So, Susan called my mom yesterday. She wasn't yelling. Just telling her what Anne has told her. And supposedly is so sad that I cancelled the friendship. For years we had no contact and she still is sad? What did she expect? My mom and Susan are still friends. I guess Susan will just tell my mom every time they talk how sad Anne is. But yeah, that's the update. I guess it wasn't much drama but that's good. I am feeling good and am excited about the wedding. Thank you everyone for the advice, I appreciate it a lot. Edit. I think Susan is happy about me getting married. She got married last year and even offered her decorations for me to reuse. I just think when it comes to her daughter, she is protective. She is not mad or anything. Probably just wanted to talk to my mother about it.